Shalom, family. I'm back, as promised. Okay. In my first video, I was talking about prodigals. And I made reference to Luke 15. Luke 15, verses 11 through 32. And that's the story of the prodigal son. And I made mention in that video that a lot of people do not know Bible stories. They do not know Bible verses. Some people say that they cannot understand the Bible. Some people just don't want to read it. Let's just be honest. I mean, we can come up with excuses all day. But anywho, we just cut them all down. And I read it myself. That's okay. So it's okay. I told you we would get through this together. Family, we will. We will get through this together. Sure will. I will be reading from the English Standard Version. But sometimes, also, let me show you. Sometimes I will be reading from my Sefer and my Hebrew lexicon. And also, my Zondervan Bible Dictionary. But for right now, just so that we can get kind of sprung up on the prodigal son, we'll start with Luke 15, verse 11, and go to verse 32. And he said, there was a man who had 2 sons. And the younger of them said to his father, Father, give me the share of my property that is coming to me. And he divided his property between them. Now, mind you, that was not their custom. Usually, in order for you to get your inheritance, that person passes on. Then, you get your inheritance. So, that already wasn't right. Not many days later, the younger son gathered all he had and took a journey into a far country. And there he squandered his property in reckless living. Sound familiar? Okay. And when he had spent everything, a severe famine arose in the country, and he began to be in need. Sound familiar? So he went and hired himself out to one of the citizens of that country, who sent him into his fields to feed pigs. Okay, let's talk. First of all, it's not Jewish customs to fool with swine. They consider it as filthy, 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 filthy. I don't see no provision there, do you? So you get a job, and now you have to get a job doing something that goes against your customs? Oh, let's read on. And he was longing to be fed with the pods that the pigs ate. And no one gave him anything. No provision. But when he came to himself, he said, how many of my father's hired servants have more than enough bread, but I perish here with hunger? It was a lie right there. And when he came to himself, that's the same thing that the prodigals have to do. Family, they have to come to themselves. You can't make them come to themselves. Their family can't make them come to themselves. It's something that they have to do. He came to himself. They will come to themselves. I will arise and go to my father, and I will say to my father, I have sinned against heaven and before you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Treat me as one of your hired servants. As he arose and came to his father, but while he was still a long way off, his father saw him and felt compassion and ran and embraced him and kissed him. It's a lot in that too. His father saw him in the spiritual realm first. And some of us may be in that place now where we can see our prodigals. They're a long way off, but we see them in the spiritual realm, longing to embrace them. But guess what? It's not for us to move towards them. It's for them to come back. And he arose and came to his father, but while he was still a long way off, his father saw him and felt compassion and ran and embraced him and kissed him. And the son said to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. But the father said to his servant, bring quickly the best robe and put it on him, and put a ring on his hand and shoes on his feet. And bring the fattened calf and kill it, and let us eat and celebrate. For this my son was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found. And they began to celebrate. Now his older son was in the field, and as he came and drew near to the house, he heard music and dancing. Okay, the brother got a problem with this. And he called one of the servants and asked what these things meant. Man, what's going on? And he said to him, your brother has come, and your father has killed a fattened calf, because he has received him back safe and sound. But he was angry and refused to go in. Okay, let's talk about that. Now, I'm getting into a whole nother video. But since we're here, we'll touch on it, because we're going to go more in depth in another video. In the beginning of my marriage restoration, we first separated, I was running and telling Abba everything my husband was doing. Oh, he doing this. Oh, he doing that. Oh, he doing this. Oh, he doing that. Oh, no. He caught me by the back of my shirt and said, come on. Okay. I don't want you focusing on him. We're going to focus on you. See, I thought I was saved. I thought I was where I needed to be. He the one who needed help. I was a wife. I was working, paying the bills, being responsible, and everything that he was not, I was. He said, no, ma'am. Take your focus off of him. Focus on me. Focus on you. So, even like with the brother being upset because the father just embraced him in, I know that some of us felt that same way with our prodigals. When we found out that we have to forgive them, and Abba loves them just as much as he loves us, and he forgives us. He wants them to come in. That's his way of saving them. Just like he had to save us. We had to return back unto Abba. And our spouses, before they can even come back home to us, they have to first return back to the Father. I know you don't want nothing that's going to bypass Abba and come straight to you. You want that? I don't. Yeah, you can. I don't want it. I don't want it. So, when they return back to Abba, that is when he can restore them back to us. But in the process, there has been times in this process, especially it was in the beginning, I was just like the younger brother. I was mad. What you mean? Forgive him? You gonna forgive him? You want to receive him back? See, I was thinking more along the lines of, you could just get him and bring him back, and when he get back, I'm trying to rip his head off. Oh yeah, we gonna play 21 questions. We was gonna do that. And when you think about it, how wrong? I mean, that's just wrong. That you can't even justify it. It's just wrong. And God said, can you imagine bypassing Abba's ways and going straight to ours? Our ways don't even make sense. I ain't even think about the 70 times 7 that we supposed to forgive. Oh, I was going to get him myself. I wasn't worried about him being saved. And remember, I thought I was already saved. So, I guess he was just going to be a heathen. I don't know. But it's the same way that the brother was thinking. See, sometimes we have to just deal with things and deal with reality. I know we want to be politically correct and, we want to sit back like we have always been saved and all of our thoughts are always saved and, glory. We want to sit back and say glory. Oh, glory. And then, pretend to everyone, like our life, I ain't never went through nothing, never been through nothing. I mean, honey, I'm just here and I'm on a cloud by myself. You're lying. I told you we're going to be real on this station. We're going to be real on this channel. We're going to be real. And in the beginning, like I said, I didn't know anything about restoration, reconciliation. I didn't know anything about that. All I knew was just like anybody else, when you break up, you expect for them to come back. When they come back, y'all going to argue back and forth. You want to know this, that, and the other, and who she thinks she is and who he thinks he is. And your family went along with it, and they family did this, and dot, 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 dot. And that is not it, no. So after I will fix me from being the son and bringing me back to reality. Let's continue on. But he was angry and refused to go in. His father came out and entreated him. But he answered his father, look, these many years I've served you, and I never disobeyed your command. Yet you never gave me a young goat that I might celebrate with my friends. But when this son of yours came, who has devoured your property with prostitutes, our prodigals, they was with harlots. That's what they are. Women who, we're going to go there. That's a whole nother channel. That's a whole nother conversation. But they was with their concubines. Harlots. That's them. It's in here. It's in the word. It said it. I wonder if I can, so you can see it when it says it. I can't get it on there. See that right? I don't think you can see it. But yeah. You thought I was making this up. It's in here. But when this son of yours came, who has devoured your property with prostitutes, you killed the fattened calf for him? And he said to him, Son, you are always with me, and all that is mine is yours. It was fitting to celebrate and be glad, for this your brother was dead and is alive. He was lost and is found. Now, let's talk about that. Isn't that so much like our album? He said, baby, I love you all so much. I will go back for the one. I'll go back and get them. And that way we all feast together. We all eat together. Isn't that our Abba's ways? Now, in the next video, that was Luke chapter 15, verses 11 through 32. And that's for people who don't know the prodigal story. They, may not want to read it. I mean, the Bible's not interesting to everybody, but maybe if you could hear somebody else read it sometime, you might, pay attention. Whatever the case may be. But anyway, the next video, remember I told y'all, I said, let me tell y'all, we was Jonah. I know a lot of times we look at other people like, not Jonah. Yes, we are. We were Jonah at some point in this reconciliation, restoration. And for those of you out who just been, I've been just waiting on the Lord, and I'm just going to sit here and just wait for him. And yeah, and I always be in agreement with the Lord. This is not for you. This ain't for you, sis. This is for those of us that plan on keeping it all the way real. And guess what? No, I was not waiting on the Lord. No, I did not want to hear what the Lord had to say. I wanted to get him, and I wanted to get at him. I did. This never crossed my mind. Never. Not in the beginning. Then when he started talking to me, and he didn't tell me about Jonah in the beginning. I thought my husband was Jonah. It wasn't until a couple of days ago when I was writing my book when I realized, we are Jonah. Remember? I'm going to give you a little sneak preview of the next video. Just like Abba wanted Jonah, which I'm going to read that as well for those that don't know the backstory, and that'll be a separate video. But Jonah was supposed to go to Nineveh, but he couldn't stand the people of Nineveh. Couldn't stand them. He hated them. Jonah was a prophet. Jonah was a prophet. God gave him a word to go to Nineveh. Jonah actually left his house. He left home and decided he was going to go to Tarshish because that's where he wanted to go. How you going to go as a prophet? Now, Abba has given you a word to take and deliver to a people, a whole city, and you going to decide, I'm not going to Nineveh. I'm going to Tarshish because I can't stand the people of Nineveh. And if they don't get the word, so be it. They destroy it. Bye. Have a good one. Are you crazy? You have to be. You're a prophet. And you wasn't a young prophet. You was a seasoned prophet. So we know you heard God. But you gonna really fix your mouth to say, I don't even like those people. Let them perish. And then you even go the extra mile to say, I'm going to Nineveh. No, I'm going to Tarshish. Really, Jonah? Really, Jonah? We will get into it. The next video, we're going to break it all the way down. And we will see where we are, Jonah, even in this restoration. Shalom, family. Shalom.